Hello and welcome to SirSmuggler's Let's Play, episode 4 of season 2. So I've climbed up the village tower here and thought I'd give you a view of my new home. So here's my new house. That's where I'm gonna live for a while. And as promised, I'm gonna start building some machines today. I want to start off with the pulverizer from thermal expansion to help me produce more ore, or rather to help me produce more ingots from my ores that I mine. So yeah, let's head over there before the sun sets and get started. And also I've begun to excavate the village, if you will. And I lowered the well a bit, and I'm gonna move this building down and remove a lot of the dirt here to make the village somewhat accessible, not half buried. Anyway, let's get back to my house for a little bit of sleep, and then tomorrow I'm gonna start working on those machines. Yeah, I should give you a tour of the house, of course. Here's the backyard. I got my little farm here. Bought some potatoes from the village and some flax and wheat and also some coca beans. And this is where I'm gonna store the machines to begin with anyway. Eventually I'm gonna need to build a bigger house somewhere to have it all, but to start off, that's how it's gonna be. And here's my bedroom. And up here I thought I'd have some storage area with a chest to store most of this stuff that I don't use so often. And this is my valuables. So I'm gonna go sleep and prepare a little bit, and I'll be back tomorrow and start building those machines. Okay, a brand new morning and I am ready to get to work. First off, I'm actually gonna do something from red power that's gonna help me out a lot, I think. Need a chest and another workbench and some smooth stone. This will give me the project table. Now this is a fancy work table, fancy working bench, crafting table, whatever it's called. So it's got the standard workbench interface here. You can put your recipes and put things out. But it has some additional features. It has an inventory. So if I were to put like say I want a chest, and I can put stuff in the inventory, and if I close it, it's gonna stay there. And if I pull out from this slot here, it's actually gonna take the material from the stack in the inventory here and leave the recipe, so you can craft multiples of the same item. It's a really neat feature actually. And there's a slot here that is used for something called plans, so you can actually store a recipe on a piece of paper kind of, and just plug it in there whenever you want to craft that particular item. But for now, what do we want? Well, actually, why don't we do that? So let me go get some paper and stuff, and I'll be right back to show you the plans feature. Okay, I'm back. So let's see, we got this indigo flower that's from red power. You can use that to make indigo dye. So let's pull out some plans. And something that I'm going to craft a lot of is going to be pistons, because they are used in a lot of different recipes. So let's make a plan for that. And if I click this button here, it's gonna inscribe this recipe onto this blank plan. Now I got a piston plan. So now I can just put in some stuff here that we're going to use and pull out a couple of pistons. You can see you get this kind of a ghost image of this recipe here when you have this plan in. Just pop it in and you can produce stuff from it. Very handy. So let's get on with the pulverizer that I want to use. One feature of the NEI here is that you can click this, when you find a recipe you can click the question mark and it will display that recipe. Well, apparently it's not quite working with the project table. Perhaps it works better with the standard crafting bench. Yeah, here it works properly. So not perfectly compatible with the Red Power project table, but that's okay. So piston we got, flint and copper is nothing odd. So a machine frame we need, and that's crafted like so. Some iron, gold and glass. So let's start off with that. Iron, gold and glass. And let's actually make a plan for that as well, because almost all machines from thermal expansion uses these machine frames, so I will be using more of those, I'm sure. But for now let's just put out one of those. And what else? We need this thing here, redstone reception coil. So gold and redstone. We can manage that. And then we put it all together. Let's see if I remember this. And copper. There we go. One pulverizer. So this machine is going to grind up ores into these pulverized versions. And if I have everything right here, it's going to grind up one piece of ore is going to be grinded up into two pulver, so you get double your output of ingots from ores. But of course it's going to use Buildcraft energy. So we need an engine as well to power this thing. And well, if we look at NEI you can see we got a lot of different engines available. We got this 3 standard from Buildcraft, of course, and at this stage I could go with the Stirling engine that runs on coal or anything else that you can burn in a furnace. Could be useful, but we got some other options here actually, and I'm thinking steam engine from this one's also from what's it called, thermal expansion. This could be interesting, so I think I'm gonna go with this actually. So we need silver, eh? Let's see if I got any, I'm not sure. Let's have a look at my valuables chest. I do have 2 silver ingots, so let's grab one and make that coil. And what else? Copper gears. So I need a stone gear surrounded by copper. That will be 8 copper and 3 more, so that's 11 copper. Let's see if I have 11 copper. 5 there. And yeah, I do, but that's about it. I had some copper ore as well, so it's not a big deal. Let's see now. We need a couple of gears. And let's look at that again so I don't mess up. Oh yeah, they're not crafted like the standard Buildcraft gears actually, so that was a bit of a waste. Okay, just iron and copper. There you go. 2 of those. And let's see. There we go. 1 steam engine. So, and it's dark already. We're pretty soon going to run out of space in my little house here, but I think it's a good place to start anyway. So let's just plunk down this engine here. And as this is a steam engine, it's actually going to require water as well as fuel. So, but it's a little bit more powerful than the Stirling engine from Buildcraft. It can output 2 MineCraft joules per tick instead of just 1. So it's a bit more efficient. But let's see what we can do about the water. Of course I could fill it manually by buckets, but I think we want to do something else. So let me figure that out and I'll be right back. Okay, I have found a good solution to the water problem here. We're going to build yet another thermal expansion machine called the Aqueous Accumulator. So this guy can produce water, and well, let's just build it and we'll see. So we'll need one of those machine frames that can be arranged thanks to my plan here. Okay, I'm missing some glass. Let's get that. So 1 machine frame, and then we need this pneumatic servo, so some iron, redstone and glass. Iron, redstone and glass. Yep. And then we put them together. Let's see, actually we needed an empty bucket. I got buckets here, but I think I want to use them later, so let's make yet another bucket. That's going to be my last pieces of iron actually. So bucket, this servo thingy, and that one, and a tin, and what else? Glass. So some glass. Here we go, Aqueous Accumulator. And let's see here, where did I put it? Oh. And all the thermal expansion machines have these color-coded sides. You see we got yellow and red, and probably have blue somewhere as well. And you can go to the configuration side here, and you can see those colors. And blue is usually the input, so here's where the ores are going to land, and red and yellow are outputs. So if I were to put in iron here, iron ore, it would grind up into iron powder and land in this red area. And some stuff that you can grind will also have a chance to produce a secondary output, and that will go into the yellow area. And the sides of this block here corresponds to these colors. So if I were to put a pipe or a chest or something with an inventory on the red side of this machine, it will automatically output anything that lands here into that inventory or pipe. And by clicking here I can actually rearrange which sides are what. And orange is both of these. So let's make this side orange actually, and then I can just put a chest here. And the same thing with the Aqueous Accumulator. Now this one only has this orange, because this has no input and only one output. And as you see, this one generates water very slowly, but just out of thin air. But there's a way to speed this up, because this is just way too slow. And it should also automatically output it into this machine, but I this engine, but I think it needs to reach like a certain amount of millibuckets before it does that. So for now we're going to break this one up, and actually let me check on one thing real quick. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I could actually break this one with the pickaxe without losing it, and that works fine. So instead I'm gonna put it underneath this engine, and actually I'm gonna put it a bit further down, like right there. You can see it starts producing just as slow as before. However, if I now place water on the sides of this thing, let's place one bucket of water on that side and another one here, and now you can see it fills up really fast instead. So just like you can make an infinite water source with vanilla MineCraft by putting 2 source blocks on the sides here, you can make this one use that mechanics kind of to accumulate water. But it's a lot more reliable than the standard Buildcraft way of putting a pump in an infinite pool of water, because that had a tendency to glitch up from time to time and dry out the water source and cause all kinds of problems. This one, however, does not, so much better. And I put it a bit down here because I want to have my flooring intact without water pools in the middle of it. So now we need some kind of pipe here to get the water going, and I should have some glass in here. And what am I doing? So get me a cobblestone pipe, and I went out to the desert and got some cacti that I've cooked up into cactus green, and that can of course be converted to Buildcraft pipe waterproofing, and combine that with our cobblestone pipes. Of course we get the waterproof pipe, and I always forget to put it in my inventory instead of the workbench inventory. So now if I connect this pipe here, we should get immediately some water flowing into this engine. Excellent. And let's just patch up the floor, like so. So let's see how this works. I'm just gonna sleep real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, let's see, we take some copper, let's say, and I got some coal. And let's get a chest as well. I have one here since before. So let's put the chest here, and I can now put my ores in here, and it's gonna need power. It has an internal buffer. So let's start up this engine by putting some coal into it. You can see it will immediately start to produce a little bit of energy. Take some time to heat up, and the warmer it gets, the more energy it's gonna produce. And in here we should see a little bit of energy starting to build up. And also with this engine you can control. Right now it's set to respond to redstone signal, but actually run on the absence of a signal and stop if you apply a redstone signal. By using this configuration you can change that to run only on redstone signal, or to just run regardless of redstone signals. And as you see, it started to grind up this copper here and output into this chest. And let's see if I was right about the doubling of the ore, or if that's something I got wrong. So I think I put in 4 pieces, right? 1 piece grind up there, and we doubled the ore, yes. So that should be working now. And let's put our iron in next. Let's just show one more neat thing from BuildCraft actually this time, just so you guys can see. Let's put in a little bit more coal. So I got a bunch of different kinds of ores that I want to smelt, and I could stand around here waiting until this one's finished so I can put in the next one, but I don't want to do that. That seems like a hassle. So I'm gonna create something from BuildCraft that will help me with that. Actually, I am all out of iron at the moment, so 1 iron, that's not going to be enough. Luckily, this one has already produced a lot of iron powder that we can melt down. Let's go with the standard 8 that my furnace can handle without wasting any coal. And let's cook that up. And I'll be back when this is all done, and you might also have noticed that my NEI is kind of set to cheat mode. That's not what we want. I actually did that in my test world just now to test if I could move these machines with the pickaxe. So I'll be back when I got my iron and show you the solution to this problem. Okay, my iron is melted up here, and let's see what I need. First I'm gonna make some more planks. So I'm gonna create something called a hopper. That's from BuildCraft. It's been around in BuildCraft for a while now, and it's actually going to be added to vanilla Minecraft as well in the next big update, the redstone update. So Hopper, the BuildCraft version, is created with a chest, stone gear and some iron. So I got my stone gear, let's make a chest first. Got our chest, our gear and some iron. I get a hopper. Now the hopper is basically a buffer that you can place on top of machines, like if I sneak like that. And we want to change then the top side of this one to be an input. I believe this is the top. Yes, now it's blue. So the hopper has a small inventory, and you can place things in there and they will automatically drop into the inventory below. So now I could take out all these ores and put them in there. So let's start with the copper, let's say. And you see it quickly put the copper into the machine here. And now it's gonna wait until that copper is gone and there's more room in that inventory. Then the next one's gonna pop in. And also I installed a lever here to control the engine. And it's got quite a nice power buffer, this pulverizer, so it's can store some energy. So there we have it. Now when I go mining I can just come home and drop most of my ores right into this hopper, turn on the engine, and I get double the output in the form of dusts. Next we might want to automate the smelting of that instead of using this old furnace, but we can do that with BuildCraft energy from engines as well. But we'll see. Maybe next episode, maybe I will start building a new machine building that can handle all the machines I'm gonna build. Because it's gonna get cramped in here real soon. We'll see. But I think that's enough for this episode, and time to wrap up. I'm really pleased with this. This will help me with getting... That's interesting. This ferrous dust must have been some kind of secondary output from grinding up something. I'm guessing iron, but I don't know. Not sure what that is used for, but we'll see. Anyway, time to end this episode. So thank you for watching, everyone, and I hope I see you again. So until next time, bye bye!